off the back of a victory a fortnight ago, we really do ask the question, can we get rid of the ban list? Is Gramps right all the time? And why has chillybin wrong on all the other cards, especially Tolarian Academy? Welcome to Casual Compliance. My name's Gramps.
My name's chillybin. Man literally gets one win. It's 4-1.
It's like Taskmaster.
Also, it's not really like we're competing.
No, we're really not. I was on the drive here, I was like, this is a debate show technically, but no. I'm always wrong.
Yeah, because we're not saying, oh, I'll take the affirmative, you take the negative. Like, no, we just kind of find stuff that we think lines up or is interesting.
Exactly.
We go from there.
And Ajani agrees with us.
Both versions.
How's our set dressing? This might be the last.
This feels targeted.
This might be the last set of episodes that we film here. So
yeah. Well, yeah. With any luck.
Fingers crossed.
Hey, eviction notices are a hell of a drug.
And on the upside, we're bringing this rack with us.
No.
Oh.
No, dude. If we get one of the houses that I saw today, much better set potential.
Before we get to the wheel, though, X at
Compliance
Show.
Yes.
Because I didn't call it Twitter, so I stumped myself. Twitter at Compliance Show. Fuck you, Elon Musk.
Yeah.
TikTok at Casual Compliance. YouTube at Casual Compliance or youtube.com/at Casual Compliance, because you can have an at and a URL now, which is
bizarre.
weird.
Yeah.
Or patreon.com/Casual Compliance. By the time this episode comes out, if I haven't done anything with it, sorry.
It's still coming.
It's still coming. We're getting there. We might use like a blog and then be able to communicate with you guys more. But if you do want to communicate with us, casualcompliance@gmail.com.
Yeah, the old-fashioned way, because we are two dudes in our 30s.
Literally. I turned 30 in April this year and I'm dying.
Hell yeah.
To the wheel! Is that clean for you?
Yeah.
If that burp's edited out, I'm going to be heartbroken.
It's going to be funnier now that you've said that.
It was a good burp. Alrighty. We're spinning.
All right.
Bit of a recap. Rofalos.
Recurring Nightmare.
Tolarian Academy. Gifts Ungiven. Profit Accrue Fix.
Sway of the Stars.
Sway of the Stars. And now, Biorhythm.
All right.
Biorhythms, y'all.
Biorhythm.
Let's go through Biorhythm.
Hit him with that drum and bass one time. I don't know.
What are you doing? A white man in his 30s starts beatboxing.
Yeah, don't actually hit them with it.
Alrighty, let's talk Biorhythm, shall we?
Please.
So, Biorhythm is a green sorcery.
All right.
6 generic.
Bio, that makes sense.
Makes sense. 6 generic green.
Yep.
Printed in 9th edition at rare.
Okay.
Each player's life total becomes the number of creatures he or she controls.
Mm-hmm.
That's a sorcery.
Is that it?
Yep. So, Biorhythm, 6 generic, green, sorcery.
Yeah.
Each player's life total becomes the number of creatures he or she controls. Flavor text.
Please.
I have seen life's purpose, and now it is my own. Kamal, Druid Acolyte.
Yeah. Okay. I've seen life's purpose. It's to make me big and strong.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, I mean, we'll get into it, but I think I'm gonna go for 2 in a row, baby.
You reckon?
I don't understand. I genuinely, I don't, because look, Sway of the Stars. I do get to read why it's banned the way I do it, but it made sense. Like I could see why it was. I disagree with why it was, but I could see why it was. Mm-hmm. I didn't read why this one is.
Okay.
Because I just read
That's
the card.
That's a remarkable constraint because it's right next.
It is right, but I just was like, what? I don't know. I don't get it.
So I want you to cast your mind back to the episode on Tolarian Academy. We talked a lot about Gaea's Cradle.
Yeah.
And, that is tap for green for each creature. Green makes a lot of creatures. Mm-hmm. This is what, 8 mana to cast?
Yep. Green.
Green, by the time it's generating 8 mana, probably has a lot of creatures.
Yeah.
So, if you're setting your life total to the number of creatures you have...
Each player is.
Yeah, but each player is setting it to their own amount of creatures, right?
Yeah.
It's not to yours. Remember Scoot Swarm?
Yep. Remember when I had a 1024?
Yeah, you had 1024 life?
Yeah.
You could definitely get there by fucking 8 mana.
I mean, I've done it with Aloro for less.
Yeah, true. Aloro is budget Biorhythm.
Aloro was a $450 deck.
Yeah.
Biorhythm's probably cheaper.
Yeah, I think, I get it. Yeah. I'm not going to say, I think it's 2 in a row for unban, but I think I am currently a little bit like, yeah, I could be soft on this.
Oh, being soft on it.
Like in terms of like I could see it coming off the list. I could be curious to see what their reason is, obviously. But yeah, because all I can think of right now is green having high creature counts. Playing a card like this is going to give you an immediate massive advantage over everybody else. But also, generally by 8 mana, your creature count is not going to be that high.
Yeah.
So you're just going to fucking nuke everybody's life total, potentially?
Yeah. And I mean, so I disagree that green is fundamentally wide board.
Not fundamentally, but it's very easy to do.
It's very easy because you can get Scoot Swarms and stuff.
Scoot Swarms and just like you can ramp
and
really
especially
quickly.
when 9th edition was out as well. But like, and I don't know when this card was banned, and I'll have a look at that.
Yeah.
While we're doing our research, but green is large boards.
Yeah.
You can be wide boards with Scoots and
I mean,
Swipes, but
yeah, again, to go back to Gaia's Cradle, like Tolarian Academy, Gaia's Cradle, printed in the same cycle of legendary lands in the same set.
Yeah.
That is basically a signal that is part of the green identity, is having a lot of creatures, because that's what that land does.
Yeah.
Same way blue is artifacts.
Yeah. And I guess it gets out of control pretty quickly with green. You know,
Yeah.
elves as well.
Yeah.
Lots of elves.
Yep. Lots of little dudes.
Yeah. Okay.
Insects. What do you want to do?
I'm standing fast on this one. I think I'm 2 from 2 because, like, yeah, look, it's powerful. I get it.
Yeah,
it is powerful. If you play this right after a board wipe, everyone loses.
Yes.
Unless you give yourself indestructible and stuff like that.
Well, no, you'd need one of those effects that is like, you don't lose the game for getting 0 or less life.
Overload Cyclonic Rift. Overload Cyclonic Rift and then chuck one of these bad boys down. Don't know where you're getting the fucking... Well, actually, if you're in green, you're getting the mana. If you're in Simic, you're getting the mana.
Yeah.
If you're playing Prophet of Krufix, you shouldn't be playing.
Yeah, maybe what this one actually comes down to is because green can ramp so quickly, you could be playing this way before turn 8 in terms of like curve. So
And
that's
no one
going to
else has
hurt everyone more than you.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I still think it should be unbanned, but I see what you mean. Research?
Yeah, I think so.
Research. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Casualcompliance@gmail.com.
We'll let you know what we think very shortly.
But also let us know in the comments because you guys have been commenting amazingly. Like it's this, like all the comments have been amazing. We've not had a bad one. So come in. Let's go.
Let's learn together.
Biorhythms, yo. Welcome back to Casual Compliance. We were talking about the card Biorhythm. We're gonna hide a Johnny.
Yeah.
Biorhythm is a white border green spell.
Yeah.
Printed
It's
9th
old.
edition.
Shit's old, man.
Yeah, exactly. It's a 6 generic green sorcery. I never know what order to read those in.
That's fine.
Yeah, 6 generic green sorcery. Printed at rare in 2002. Each player's life total becomes the number of creatures they control.
Yep.
Because we live in a society now where we don't just need he or she. They is more inclusive.
Yep.
I have seen life's purpose, and now it is my own because there's not a lot on this fucking card.
No, there really isn't.
So, it was banned from the start. It's part of the
Right.
It was a holdover from the original ban list that they took, which I think it was a legacy ban list maybe they took on.
I'm not even sure.
But there was a ban list that they carried forward, and this was part of it.
So what have they got down for the reason then?
What we have is, as an 8 mana sorcery, Biorhythm can appear to deck builders as a fair and funny haymaker, but the reality is that it usually results in a disappointing twist to the game, ignoring the previous gameplay to wipe 100 plus life off the board.
Yeah.
Wrath effects are a core element of casual metagames, and most often, Biorhythm results in the accidental elimination of players rather than a strategic payoff. So it's another one, like as we saw.
Well, in the last one, right?
In the last episode was, it's not fun.
Yeah, it's basically what it comes down to.
It's just not fun. It's one of those. It's one of those cards that is for the mental health of the game.
Yeah.
If you want to call it that, it's for the sake of casual games.
Yeah.
Because I could imagine, like, being taken out by a Biorhythm. It would be shocking. But that's the game.
Sure.
Sometimes these things happen. I'm going to talk 3 cards, and I'm going to put the laptop down. And then we'll go with all of the fun stuff you found.
Sure, yeah.
The first card I'm going to talk about is a card from New Phyrexia called Triumph of the Hordes.
Okay.
So I'm not going to give you my justification. I'm going to give you 3 cards, and then we'll talk about them. Triumph of the Hordes is 2 generic green. It's a sorcery printed in New Phyrexia at uncommon. Until end of turn, creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain trample and infect.
Oh, gross.
The next card is Cradle Hoof Behemoth.
Yep, heard of it.
Everyone knows that. 5 generic green. Creature, beast, printed at Mythic. Haste. When it enters the battlefield, creatures you control gain trample and get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control.
Okay.
And it's a 5/5.
Yep.
And then the final one is Shaman of the Forgotten Ways.
The hell is that?
From Dragons of Tarkia.
Okay. That's a shaman. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a mythic creature human shaman. So not even a legendary, just creature human shaman. It's got a tap ability. Tap, add 2 mana in any combination of colors to your mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast creature spells. Awesome. But then it's got an effect called Formidable.
Right.
Pay 9, green. So 9 generic green.
Oh my god.
So 11.
Yeah.
Tap it. Each player's life total becomes the number of creatures he or she controls. Activate this ability only if creatures you control have a total power 8 or greater.
Okay.
Okay.
So essentially the same effect with
More expensive, more steps.
some extra restrictions.
Now, the reason I mention these cards is because these cards care about go wide. That's what these decks are called.
Yep.
Go wide decks. Cradle Hoof Behemoth is the big one. People always talk about Cradle Hoof. You know, it gets reprinted, or you know, Colossal Dreadmaw is more exciting than Cradle Hoof because it's more of a fun card.
Sure.
But you see a Cradle Hoof come out, and you're like, cool, game's over. Like, that wasn't fun. It was boring.
Yeah.
Everything.
All your creatures are huge and have trample.
Yeah, cool. I've got 1,000 Scoot Swarms. Cradle Hoof goes down. Game over.
Yeah.
Or, you know, the Infect one is an interesting one because it doesn't sound like it matters. But in a go wide deck,
Trample with Infect? Yeah.
exactly. In the +1/+1s, you're either -1/-1ing anyone's blockers out of existence, or you're poison countering because it only needs 10 damage.
Yeah.
So if you have +10 creatures on each player,
Yeah.
done.
Yep.
The reason I put that forward is go wide decks. In current Commander, I feel, and especially casual Commander, a lot of people are playing creature heavy.
Yes.
People have creatures.
Yeah.
But I do agree with the rules committee that board wipes are very common because of the heavy creature nature
Yes.
of the game. You know, what we build with in our minds 30 creatures, 25
thereabouts,
minimum,
yeah.
But you know, I've got a deck that's got 41 creatures.
Sure. Yeah. I think most of mine land
on the board.
I think most of mine land like 25 to 30.
Yeah. So like, you know, we're all building go wide decks no matter what color we do. Some of them just don't go as wide as the others.
Or stuff gets removed along the way and
Exactly.
you go to combat, stuff dies.
So I still stand by. Like, I did find things that go into my own bias, and I definitely understand why it's banned in terms of a culture thing, but I don't think it should be.
Yeah, I think, that idea about like disappointing endings is an interesting one. That is probably like where, in the last couple of episodes, we've had that be the answer, right? And I feel like that's the closest we ever get to them trying to stay close to the culture and philosophy they have in mind for the format is, let's just take these cards out, because that's what they're going to do every time. There's not really a good way to play something like Biorhythm that is going to be satisfying for the 4 people involved. Like, one person gets to win, and the other 3 get to go, well, fuck, that came out of nowhere. And that's actually something that I can't remember if we've talked about it on the show or not, but the Command Zone episode they put out about how they make game nights, they, just in terms of like deck construction and things like that, they basically don't want wins to come out of nowhere. Because, you know, it's not good for the show they make, and that's where they kind of bend some of what are the norms around Commander. But I think that also holds true for a lot of play groups, is you don't want it to just be like a 1-card instant win, because it's not satisfying. Like, you want it to kind of like be building and have some tension and back and forth. Whereas this is like, cool, you've got 10 mana and you just fucking reset everybody's life totals, and it's like, oh, yeah, I guess now we've got to completely change the game.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what they said, right? Like it validates everything that came before.
Yeah.
So it's this idea, I guess, of like wanting to reward the time players are putting into these games because they do go for like minimum probably 45 minutes, most games. And you don't want to look back on that right when something like this happens and go, well, fuck, why did I even sit down?
Yeah.
So,
and I guess, with Shaman, like the way it is, they've costed out what an effect should look like. That is like that.
yeah,
A biorhythm effect requires more staples than just
do it.
8 cost.
Yeah.
It needs to be 11 cost, and you need to have creatures combining power of 8, which is not hard in green as well.
You must be this tall to ride.
Yeah, exactly. And their biorhythm's like too short, but still riding anyway. Like, it's not riding anymore.
So you might have noticed that I haven't mentioned much on my end. That's because I didn't find much. Like, a card like this is so simple in what it does that there's not things like infinite combos to look for. There's not like power considerations. It's basically just like this card is a shit time, and that is the answer. The one thing I did find though, and I brought this up just because it's funny. Again, going back to when you look at Scryfall, it'll show you Moxfield deck lists with the card. It'll link you out to those. I found a pre-modern elves list. I'm just going to read some of the things it includes.
I'm excited for this.
So a bunch of elves, obviously. There's a Kamal, there's Llanowar elves, blah, blah, blah.
Kamal's in the flavor text, so it's a flavor fail if Kamal's not in there.
There's one Rofalos, Llanowar emissary.
Woo!
What a guy. There's one Biorhythm.
There's one Mark Ruffalo.
There are 4 Gaia's Cradles.
That's a legendary land, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So,
but it might get removed. Or you could play it when one's tapped. Get rid of it.
It's not itty bitty.
No.
Play it, tap it, play it, tap it.
It comes in untapped.
Why is it legal?
Would you like to take a guess at how much Moxfield tells me this deck list costs?
So Biorhythm is a 70-cent card.
Uh-huh.
Mark Ruffalo, as an actor, is about 1.5 mil per movie. Except in Marvel movies where he's like 5 mil apparently.
Sure, yeah.
So 5,070,000. I'm gonna guess about $2,000.
$4,479.41.
Damn it!
I mean, it's got 4 Gaia's Cradles, dude.
Oh yeah, true. And they're about $600 each. So
And this might also be including the sideboard. I don't know if anything.
what's on the sideboard?
You got Caller of the Claw, Constant Mist. Like, I don't think any of these are huge.
So what color is? I'm gonna guess the color identity of this desk. This deck, because it's. You've only mentioned really green stuff. But there's got to be more to it. There's probably because you're focused on removal and it's a 4-of format.
Yep.
So I'm guessing it's Teamer, which is green, red, blue.
It's Gruul, baby.
Red, green.
Yeah.
No blue. So I imagine the blue is like draw removal.
Yeah, there are 2. Oh, there's a Selesnya card in the sideboard, but that's Bant, right? Bant Naya, red, white, green.
Oh that's Naya, red, white, green.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But like there are in the main deck 2 cards that have red in the cost. It's
Code Apes.
Nope. Anger. And Squee Goblin Nabob.
Oh fuck's sakes. Oh man.
What a fun time.
If people are sleeping on the Curd Apes, get on the Curd Apes.
That sounds like a drug. Get on the Curd Apes.
Get on the Curd Apes, man.
Let's get rid of that. As much as like last time, I was like, yeah, what was it? Of the Stars?
Sway of the Stars.
Sway of the Stars. I was like, yeah, fuck it. Let it rip. Not this. Because, like, having had disappointing endings come from normal games of, like, Legal Commander.
I'm right here.
Oh, I was not ready for that. Yeah, having had like 4 legal decks make a really disappointing ending, I would be so mad to have this happen to me. Like, it just sounds so boring.
And I guess the ways I would put this in to be silly as well, because I was thinking of the other one we'll talk about, Sway of the Stars as well. This would really go into like a Balluna Grand Squall deck pretty well. like the adventures,
Uh-huh.
and like all of the adventure cards that cost less and you can play them again, like
Yeah,
a lot
yeah,
of recursion of that, because you can look for instants and sorceries. So if you don't get someone with it the first time,
Yeah, because
bring it back around.
Balluna's blue, green.
Teamer, yeah, blue, green, red,
Yeah, or is it blue, green, white?
blue, green, red.
Yeah, so like blue's got spell tutors.
No,
Yeah.
you bring it out, put it on the board.
Yeah.
Use a Salvala to get it out,
Yeah.
or like, any of those broken cards. Use a Rofalos to get it out.
No, you won't.
We're gonna have a game of unbanned commander, and I'm still just gonna play slivers.
Dude, I've watched those videos. It gets silly so quick.
I want to play Golos so
Yeah.
badly. Yeah, I can look. I do solidly sit with this can be unbanned, because in the same way that I said with Sway of the Stars as well, is people will have a group that this wants to be played in. That's what Rule Zero is for. Your Rule Zero, hey, it's legal.
You can just go do that.
There was that LGS that had a ban list
The
of
insane ban list that was
400
like
cards.
no fast mana.
No fun.
Yeah.
And like basically banned entire mechanics. Like Flash. We'll get there.
Yeah.
One day. What should be the last one we
But
can do?
but again, like that's poking fun at it. But like you can set your own rules with the people you play with that you all agree on, because that's what you like.
And that's what Commander is.
Yeah.
Because like, and they even say it in the banning. It's like, this seems like a fair, silly little time.
Yeah.
And in one we'll do later, and everyone's going to forget it by the time the episode comes out. But in Shahrazad's ruling, it literally says, this seems like the kind of card that Commander games are made for. Because it's a silly, fun little time that breaks the rules of Magic.
Yeah.
But it doesn't become an enjoyable game experience.
Yeah.
This isn't a game extender. This is a time waster, in a way. It's like, you can end a game in 15 minutes. It's like, oh yeah, cool. A quick game's a good game, but Commander, you kind of buy into at least 50 minutes, hour 10.
Well, you set that expectation in your mind because that's how long they usually take.
Exactly.
Like, if a game does wrap up in 15 minutes because someone like got a fast start and nobody else did, like, hey, that's how card draw goes sometimes.
Yes, but if a game ends because everyone's setting up a nice little board state, and then someone does a Wrath early and it's like, oh cool, I've got to buy. The next player literally says, oh, I got Biorhythm in my hand.
Yeah. I'm playing green.
Here's a Llanowar Elf.
Yeah.
And Biorhythm.
I've got 10 mana on turn 4 because I'm playing green. Yeah. Fucking see you later.
Yeah, I'm playing fucking Gruul lands. Here's my Fiza Yavimaya down. Just one elf tap it.
Yeah.
Biorhythm.
Yeah.
Done. Like, I get why. I think that if it were legal, not a lot of people, again, 26,000, 27,000 individual cards and only 30 or so banned.
Oh, but there's like a decent proportion of people that, even in casual Commander, are looking for ways to get cheap wins.
Yeah.
They're putting in cards that say you win the game if this thing happens.
Answer me this one then. Two things.
Yeah.
First one. If this was unbanned, what do you think would be more popular? Staff of Domination or Biorhythm?
Staff of Domination. Staff of Domination combos off with so many things and goes infinite so easily.
And then how would you fix this?
I think something like what that Shaman does, right? Like put a little bit more restriction on it.
Yeah.
Basically make it harder to cast.
Yeah. Maybe it sets the life totals to 1. Minimum 1.
Yeah. Like
Wildfire.
Like whatever is lowest.
Yeah.
Like, or whatever's high. Like there's a way to word that. I don't know if we have existing templating that.
X+1 is in.
Yeah.
It's Tarmogoyf.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
set your life total to the number of creatures you control +1.
Yeah.
So if it's 0, you still come in at 1. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And if you got 50 creatures down, you get 51.
I would
also
have the spell exile itself.
Yes.
I don't want to see that shit again.
No recursion.
Get
Golgari recursion,
out
baby.
Of here, man.
Okay. So we've got a yes and a half.
Yeah, I'm
putting words in your mouth there, but
no, for me it stays banned, but it's easy to fix.
Yeah.
And just play Shaman.
Literally just play Shaman.
What's its full name?
Shaman of the Forgotten Ways.
Yeah.
No, Shaman of Forgotten Ways.
Yeah, Forgotten Ways being Biorhythm.
Yeah.
Not allowed it.
Yeah, Shaman of Biorhythm.
Yeah.
It was forgotten because it's banned.
Yeah.
If you agree with me that this card should be unbanned, what you should do is go to X and at compliance show, say Gramps was right.
I think I'm going to tell people to fucking at the RC, be like, can we have it?
At Elon Musk.
No, don't do that. You'll end up in all sorts of parts of Twitter you don't want to be in.
At specifically Elon Musk. Put the little full stop in front of it to make sure he actually gets it. Full stop at Elon Musk, because it gets around their fucking mute things, apparently.
Weird.
So full stop at Elon Musk, unban Biorhythm. Or you can, have a watch of our clips on TikTok.
Yeah.
Casual Compliance. You're probably watching this on YouTube, but if you are listening on Spoofy or Transistor, this is an audio version of a video podcast, but we try to make it as listenable as possible.
Yes.
If you sleep to this show, please go to casualcompliance@gmail.com and tell me what dreams you have.
Yeah, you haven't gotten it yet, huh?
No, I'm waiting for the dream email.
The dream mail?
You beat me to it. I don't mind these shorter ones because, sometimes it's just short.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of contention with some of these cards, right? Some of them just need to be banned.
Yeah, and some of these ones in this list, because we're never going to know the full list. We know the ones that are going to be fun talking points.
Yeah.
But we're going to give everyone the time that we can.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a thing of it's just boring. It's not a fun card to play.
Yeah.
Put this on a table.
It would score very low on customer satisfaction surveys.
Exactly. You know what doesn't score very low on customer service satisfaction surveys though?
What?
Us.
You're welcome.